First time scoring over 20 points in over a year. What does that benchmark mean to you?
Nothing. I mean, I'm just, glad I'm getting some calls now.
You won't get them anymore now.
I think I am. I've been pretty good. I haven't got to take all year. Trying to fix my reputation with these refs. But, it's been fun out there playing as hard as I can. Luckily, tonight was a good thing that we got to win tonight. I haven't really read much about it. I heard a lot of comments. Nobody knows the story. So, you guys keep making up every story you guys possibly can.
What is the story?
This is my business. It's not yours.
They win.
What?
They win. 5 games lost.
What?
But the Celtics win. This is the Garden Report on Celtics blog. It's CLNS Radio. 115 to 104 is the score. With Evans Clinchy, I'm Jerryd Weiss, using chapstick because I forgot my pen. This is the Garden Report on Celtics blog and CLNS Radio. We're going to break this one down. We're going to make it quick. Rajon Rondo.
He's pretty good.
A lot of news surrounding him lately.
Yeah. Yes.
We're going to mind our own business here. That's in the past now.
Yeah, the media makes up whatever stories they want to make up. Yeah.
But tonight was what people want the future of Rajon Rondo to be, a 2010 guy.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the numbers. It was the fact that he really picked the team up when they needed it. I mean, they were down 13-2 early in the game, and there was one point, like 5 minutes into the game, where Rondo was just like, F it, I got to take over. And we saw that. He attacked the basket. He got, I think, their second basket of the game to put him at 13-4. And then from there, he started, getting some turnovers, pushing the pace in transition. And Rondo was the thing that turned this game around. And they need him to be that guy, the guy that controls the flow of the game, the guy that gets them going when they need something to get them going. He was that tonight, and that was really important because without him, they get down 13-2 and they just don't catch up. They need to have Rondo to push them and keep them in games like this.
And the big thing was closing out the game. They actually closed. They pushed open the lead at the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of times they've had a 6-point lead, 8-point lead in the fourth quarter, and they just blow it. And tonight, Rondo didn't let him blow it. Jerryd Bayless didn't let him blow it. Like, they just had enough to hold on and win this one. Okay,
well, let's look at how Rondo's different than he was before. The biggest thing I'm noticing is he's doing the Euro step in the lane. He used to do that on kind of like in transition.
He's always had
spacing.
That. When has he not had that?
Well, he's always had that move, but he didn't do it a lot in like half-court offense. He's now, it used to be that he would keep his dribble going and try to kind of dribble through the paint if he didn't get the shot he wanted. But now he's attacking full head of steam right at the center, and he's still able to pass out when he needs to. But it seems like he's a little bit more aggressive and more committed to the shot when he's going at the rim.
Yeah, I think he's got all the options. I mean, he can either go to the basket or he can pass out of it. And he's now that he's had a couple months under his belt to kind of get his flow of the game back, he's really figuring out what he can do in what situation. And he's really just making great basketball decisions. I mean, he knows when to attack the basket and when not to. And he's not passing too much. He's passing exactly the right amount. And, he's really conducting the offense well.
So is 22 and 11 a reasonable goal for him?
The 11 probably. The 22, it depends on the matchups. We'll see. I think in this game, they got caught up in a kind of both teams going small, a lot of transition, running the floor kind of situations, and Rondo embraced that and found chances to score. There are going to be other games where it's more of a half-court offense, more of a slowed down type of game where physicality inside is going to be better, and Rondo's not going to score 22 in those games. But it just kind of depends on the matchups. Tonight, 22 and 11 was what he needed, and that's what he got.
Well, the matchup was Jeff Teague. Jeff Teague had 26 points tonight. He's the leading scorer for the Hawks tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Rondo wasn't doing a lot in terms of one-on-one defense. I mean, he still hasn't had a lot of games where he's put it all together offensively and defensively. And, not having Avery Bradley to pressure the ball at the top is really hurt Rondo because he's got to do more defensively. And there's going to be games where guys like Jeff Teague light him up. But, as long as Rondo can match him basket for basket and keep the offense flowing, they'll take it.
Okay, so before we get to Bayless, the lineups tonight were very crazy because these teams were dealing with a lot of injuries to their front court. And we had a Gerald Wallace versus DeMarre Carroll matchup at the 4 tonight. That's a really special matchup. And it was a great game. It was a great show between the two of those guys. They were really taking it to each other. Carroll hitting a lot of outside shots, so he had over 20 points tonight. But do you like small ball? Was that fun? That's really small ball.
When both teams are small, it's just a different game, and no team was outmatched by the other. They were evenly matched teams. DeMarre Carroll's a nice player. I mean, we were talking a month ago about trading Jeff Green for Carroll and something else. I mean, do we even need something else at this point? Like, Carroll's just a really good player in his own right. He had, 24 and 7 tonight. He's the kind of player that can play bigger, he can play smaller, he can get inside and rebound, he can get outside and shoot. He can do a lot of different things. And, Jerryd Wallace, minus the shooting part, is kind of the same way. So, yeah, watching those two guys go back and forth is a lot of fun. They're not big players when they're up against somebody who's bigger than them, but against each other they were pretty good, even matchup.
All right, so Jerryd Bayless was the big star. He was hitting the threes. He hit, 5 for 6 from a 3-point. That's right. Rondo is 5 for 6, and from the line. And then I'm looking at the wrong call. It doesn't even matter. And then what I loved was coming off of curls, dribbling across the perimeter, and he would pull up and he would get nothing but net on these shots where he's like moving to the side. And those ones are just so difficult to hit. It's so difficult to get it, be accurate when you're moving side to side. And he was hitting nothing but net on those shots. I mean, it was one of those nights where he just absolutely had it. Yeah,
he's a really good pure shooter, and he's really good at timing his shot too. I mean, like you were talking about coming off the curls. Also, he had one where he had a defender flying at him to close out on a shot, and he just pump fake, took one step, set his feet, shot.
He has a 3 from the right elbow.
It was perfect. I mean, he's just so good not only at shooting, but also at just timing his shot and placing himself on the floor and just finding the sweet spot to knock down jumpers. We haven't seen a guy like this in a while, probably not since Ray Allen. I mean, just a guy who's such a good pure shooter and just so aware of what his strengths are as a shooter. I mean, he's just really, really good. It's been a while since Rondo's had a guy like that in his arsenal, and it's really good for him to have that. I mean, Rondo and Bayless together, they're a really, really good combination. And I know that Bayless in 6 weeks is going to be looking at free agency and exploring what his options are out there, but the Celtics have got to think about what they can do with a three-guard group of Rondo, Bayless, and Bradley for the next couple of years. They could be good. They might want to look at keeping Bayless around because he's really a good fit alongside Rondo, alongside Bradley too, I think, if they tried that combination. I think these guys, they really mesh well together. And Bayless, I mean, I could be overreacting to one game, of course, but Bayless tonight was really good. Yeah. And I want to see more of that, Well, these next few weeks are a chance to experiment with different combinations, and I think Rondo and Bayless are a combination you want to try a little bit more going forward.
All right, well, try to stay around for part 2. Segues as always. Part 2, we will talk about what happened at the trade deadline. We'll hand out our boxing of the night and baller of the night, or boxing out and baller of the night awards.
Something like that.
Close enough. This is the Garden Report, Celtics blog, and CLNS radio.
Just went in tonight. I wish it happened every night, but it don't work well tonight. So I don't know. It's going well.
When you're in that kind of a zone, you just want to keep shooting, thinking everyone's going to go in.
Not necessarily. Still make the right play. Because a lot of times they were trying to try to trap off the pick and rolls. After I got a little hot, so it wasn't just keep shooting, just make the right play, and the shot was there to take it. I understand what Brad's looking for. Brad's he's defensive minded, and I understand what he wants. And shots are going to come and go. Some days they're going to be there, some days they're not. So depending on the day, like today it was going well. Next game it might not. So just when we play together defensively and we're helping each other and we're out there and everybody's covering up for each other, we're a good team, and we just got to do that more consistently. We'll be okay.